Hello everybody, my name is Marsden and welcome back to my Sky Factory 3 series. I've got a bunch of exciting stuff for this episode, working on making a mob farm, a tinker smeltery, and continuing with some of the automation stuff that we're doing. I've got a lot of exciting stuff for you, so stay tuned. I've decided to go ahead and start building another platform down below where we're at now. So you see I've got a stream of water here, and I'm going to jump in it and start building down with these ladders and, well, the blocks. And I mentioned, I think earlier, that I always put blocks around it so it's not flowing any one direction. If it wasn't like that, then at the top it would be trying to flow out, which can, if you're not paying attention, you can fall off. So I always do this. It just makes it a little easier. It makes the water neutral. So you're gonna go right here and just start going down. And I'm looking up in the upper right to look at my Y value. And just gonna keep going like this until I get down as low as I can get. So we're getting close to the bottom here. Oh, this is so stressful. Luckily, I emptied my inventory, so I don't really have anything valuable on me except for these ladders are a little bit valuable. So let's put another one. Then it looks like I can do one more, maybe two more. Yeah, two more. Okay, and that should be all of them. Whew. That is a stressful thing to do in this game, is to get those getting those first blocks down. Alright, so I got the first ladder down. And we're just gonna go and get on the ladder. And now we can look up and just hold down right click. And it should be good to go all the way up. In the other worlds that I've done, I've had to, well, I haven't done this on purpose, but I've accidentally fallen off and died. And for those of you who don't know, in this mod pack, there are gravestones, grave markers, and so, but since there's nothing down there, it spawns a block of dirt at Y0, and that's really convenient for getting some blocks down there, but I didn't want to do that this time, just because it's feels a little cheaty. Takes away from the stress. So I'm going to build out a little platform down here. I've gone ahead and smelted up some smooth stone, working on that. I'm just going to use some stone slabs and stone brick for the little platform I'm going to make down there. I've got some smelting up here. I used lava buckets as the fuel source because I got a bunch of lava right now, and it's a little bit easier than coal. So pulling all these out to make sure that there's room for everything. I've, almost a full double chest of cobble here, half one there. So I decided to start smelting up the cobblestone. So this gives me a bunch of smooth stone. I'm going to use that to craft up. I think I'm just going to use stone slabs for now. Just because I think they look really nice, and even though they're pretty simple, and won't let mobs spawn. So I'm going to grab a pick and a couple of these builder's wands, and a stone axe might be helpful too. And my food. I don't think I need this water bucket anymore, but I'll leave it on me just in case. And yeah, you can see here I've got 5 iron, 8, 13, so 20 iron right now, plus whatever's in this chest. Another 11. So starting to just kind of passively work it up, and then eventually, oh, so we have full gravel there, so finally starting to accumulate gravel in the chest. So I'm going to build out a little bit of a platform down here, and I will get back to you when that's done. Okay, so I've got a bit of a platform to build out here, and what I want to start working on is building a mob farm, because I don't really need a bunch of iron or redstone to do that, and it's something to do while we wait on the redstone. So this, I think, is a pretty common mob farm for Sky Factory kind of worlds. I'm going to build out a platform of slabs here. These are upper half slabs and these are lower half slabs, so mobs will spawn on here, so you can see. If you don't know, the yellow signifies that mobs won't spawn on here during the day because it's exposed to the sun, and then if we there's also red X's that mean that a mob can spawn there anytime. Okay, so I went and got myself some basic supplies, some wood and some cobblestone, so I have some more wands. So we're gonna finish building out this platform, and then we're gonna use some stone brick stairs. You can see I got a bunch of those in here around it. So got that finished off, and then I'm gonna take the bricks and wrap them around like this. And we're gonna put this all the way around three high. Alright, so I've finished the 3 high wall around here. I left an entrance here, and that's in the middle, and then I've knocked out some spaces here and there. And for this mob farm, we're going to be using mob pins. And I haven't crafted any yet because I'm kind of out of redstone right now, but I'll get those in a second. I want to finish the basic structure of the build first. So these are used, these push mobs, and then we're going to use these mob fan upgrades, the width modifier, max of 3. So the base mob fan will only blow in a 1 wide area, but when we put the width modifier on and do 3, that'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll do half this space, and then this one will cover the rest. And so with 3 fans, we have a 21 wide farm. Getting the aluminum takes a little while, but once we have it, then this farm really works really well. But actually, I think I might put the mob fans on this side, on the back side, because we're going to be using an item collector, most likely one of these advanced item collectors, and the way that works, if we have the items blowing, the items collecting over here, that will make it a little bit, it'll make it so that the item collector doesn't have to reach as far, which isn't going to make it more efficient, but it will make it a little bit easier on us at a later point. So now I'm going to put a slab ceiling on top of here. So I went ahead and crafted up a mob fan here. You can see there's a little fan and the intake there, and we'll put a lever on the back and flip that on, and just so you can see what this does, it just kind of blows you away. And it kind of makes it hard to build when it's on, just because it's kind of insistent about blowing you. Until we get the rest of the mob fans and all the aluminum we need, let's just go ahead and we'll just make a little 1 wide farm here. So I'm just going to put in some cobblestone. And there you can see those red X's I was talking about earlier. And I'm going to put down a torch real quick because we need to make up some stone spikes. I think I have enough stuff on me, yeah. So to do that, you need some swords and some compressed cobblestone, which is just 9 cobblestone like that. We'll take and just like that, some stone spikes. So this is going to kill the mobs, and we'll also, it'll drop items. It's not going to drop any experience or anything, but we don't need experience right now. So I'll just put 1 down like that for now, and we can get the rest in later. But because it's a void world, and there's no other places for any mobs to spawn. This is actually, even just this little one wide farm might get us somewhat decent rates and might get us some things that we need early on. So just gonna flip that on, and let's pull up the F3 count so we can see the entities. Up in the upper left corner you can see the E for entities. I think we're a little bit too close, but we should be far enough away at this far corner. There you can see one entity. Still one entity. Let me double check that I turned that fan on. Looks on. Yep. That was just me double checking to make sure that the fan was going to push the mobs all the way into the spikes, because I thought I might have gotten the distance wrong. So at this point in the video, I messed up a bunch of my recording stuff. Go let that do its thing. It got a little bit weird. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So then before I turned on my recording, to make sure that we can get all the items. So I've set it up so that that won't happen again in the future. But in the meantime, I have some clips from where I thought I wasn't recording but was, where I'm crafting up and making a Tinker's Smeltery. I'm going to talk about that in another clip. I also craft up some of the stuff needed for working on the mob farm that we were working on in the last few clips. I'm crafting up a loot bag opener and compacting drawer and stuff. So that'll be helpful, and I will go over everything that I did there in another clip as well. In the meantime, though, enjoy the little crafting montage. One of the main things is I built this Tinker's Smeltery. This is nothing too complicated. It's it's like Tinker's 101. Mostly involves making a bunch of grout, and grout is just clay. We've seen how to make clay with the dust and the water barrel, sand and gravel. So that just involved me taking a bunch of sand and gravel from here, breaking it down into dust, and then made a bunch of the grout can be smelted up in a furnace to make seared bricks, and then the seared bricks are used to make the smeltery controller, drain, the casting table. Basically we have some seared glass, smeltery drain, lava tank, smeltery controller, casting table, and a casting basin, and then a bunch of seared bricks. We don't need this for a ton of stuff, just mostly to get us going. But the nice thing about this, there's the two main things, is that one, it doubles ores, and the second is that it you can alloy stuff. And so this pulsating iron that we made here, this is made from casting molten pulsating iron. which is alloyed from liquefied ender pearls and iron. And so we were able to use that to make some of these item conduits. And these conduits are made from conduit binder, which is kind of similar to the grout. It's just the clay, gravel, and some sand. And so then that's smelted into conduit binders, and then those are used to make all the different kinds of conduits. For now, I've just made a bunch of item conduits here and have a bunch more of these conduit binders to make some liquid and energy conduits down the line. We have a bunch of ores sitting in the chest still. Got a bunch of aluminum, some iron, silver, etc. We also I've gone ahead and smelted up a bunch of the iron. You see we have 19 blocks of iron, so that's not really a scarce resource anymore. So I think one of the next things we'll be doing is getting this up to date. But I've also just about completed the mob farm here. We do have all 3 fans in the back here, or all have the 3 upgrades in them. I think the last time that I was recording properly, I had just 1 fan in with no upgrades, so that's a pretty significant boost. And then I've got, oh, this got messed up. I'll have to fix that in a second. Yeah, let me grab, I'll do it now actually. It's pretty simple to do. Just need to take this out. Oh, it's not what you want. So got that in there, and then I can put this drawer key in and lock that drawer. So now the only things that are able to go in here are those. So we can get rid of this snow. We'll get more from the system. And I guess this is going to suck it right back in. So as you can see, we've got the items all being collected in that crate, and then they come into this drawer controller, and this drawer controller is really great because it'll automatically distribute all the items into these basic storage drawers, and it also puts them into these compacting drawers. And so the compacting drawers are great, and we're going to use a lot more of them in this world, but it's going to change once it gets 4 common loot bags in there. You can see in the little thing up there that has 3 in there now. Once it gets another one, it'll make 1 uncommon, and then 4 uncommons to a rare. And then this has a filter set on it to only pull out the rare loot bags. So once there's a rare loot bag, it goes into this one, and then this one converts the rares into epics and the epics into legendaries. And then eventually, once we get a legendary, oh, we have one right now. I can do this now actually. So we'll put the legendary filter on there. We can put this in here, pull this out, and then we can put this back in. And I will go back up. I need this transfer pipe that I put back in there. Hook that up, and then this is automatically going to open up. So you can see already we've got 2 octadic capacitors, 3 wither skulls, and a draconium ingot just from that 1 legendary loot bag. That's pretty good. So we're going to eventually set up another one of these setups with all these drawers and the drawer controller, probably right over here. We'll move these stairs, and get that all out of the way. So yeah, these item transfer nodes and transfer pipes are okay, but having these Ender IO item conduits is really going to help a lot, because it really makes everything more compact, because each pipe can have multiple functions, whereas here they can only have 1. And so I think the next thing up is going to be to get this a little bit more streamlined. We'll upgrade our cobblestone generator, get some more crushers online, some more sieves, and then also some auto hammers. So I looked into it a little bit more, and it turns out we are actually able to make some of this energetic alloy, because we do have just enough redstone, and we can alloy this from glowstone, which makes glow glass, molten gold, and redstone. And so I made up 3 energetic alloy ingots here. We're going to make it'll make 8 of these energy conduits, which should be enough for at least to get us going. So we can put this here and then there. And now this, I crafted up one of these auto hammers, which is just, it's mostly iron with a little bit of a couple diamonds in there. Made an auto hammer. So what I have set up right now is we have the magmatic generator making RF, and looks like it's maybe not going to keep up, though these are probably still filling. So we have the magmatic generator, and that's powering this crusher, which is making gravel, and then the gravel from there goes into here, and this creates sand, and the auto hammer will crush down the sand into dust, and then the dust is going to go into this auto sieve. It looks like I may have to set this to always active, and then we can get one more of these down, have this, set this to insert on green. So the way that I have this all set up is cobblestone is going to be set to gray. So the cobblestone generator generates the cobblestone, and that inserts it on the gray channel up into this crusher. And then gravel here, the gravel that's coming into here comes in on light gray. The sand is yellow, and then the dust is white. And then all the goods that come out of it is green. And that's how I've set it up in previous worlds, and that always works really well for me. It makes it easy to remember what's what, because it all is color coded that way. So I'm looking for an iron stiffened mesh. I'll just grab one from over here for now. I haven't really used this in a while. Most of the time when I need to sieve something, I just throw it into this sieve here. So we'll put that in there, and then that should automatically sieve up this dust, and we'll start getting some redstone going. Though I am producing redstone over at the mob farm at a decent enough rate. We got 21 in here. I just took 6 out, so we're doing a pretty decent job. The loot bag generator is working well. We got some end portals here, which is good. 3 more wither skeleton skulls. We'll never have a problem with those. I don't think they drop pretty regularly in those loot bags. I also have started here on a second little platform. This setup here is definitely not permanent. I realized we needed more redstone to make the crushers. We need redstone for that. We need 1 for each for the machine blocks, and then 2 for each piston, so about 3 each. And I'd like to have eventually like 6. So I do have enough to make enough right now, but I want to get a little bit more online, and then we're gonna need several diamonds and things too. So there's the redstone there. So this will produce that for us. I'm gonna put a second chest down here. And we do still have all of this here. So we still have 3 diamonds, so we could get another hammer going. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this system. Will go for a little while. I'm gonna start thinking on how I want things to be laid out down here. You can see I've got this platform, so it's just I have a couple blocks that I could stick out further in this direction, but I don't want any solid blocks like these to be over the mob farm down there, because that will lower the rates. I don't think that this I believe that this small storage crate is a transparent block, and so I don't think that's affecting the rates, but even if it is, should only be that 1 block, so I'm not too worried about that. See, this is working really well, and I think it's just about filled up on some of these more common drops. So maybe we should first look into some of the drawer upgrades. So if we look at upgrade, which mod pack is that? Those are the storage drawers. So let's type at storage. and upgrade. And so this is showing some refined storage stuff, but eventually the highest tier storage upgrade is these emerald ones. We don't really have emeralds in abundance right now, or at all, I don't think. I think we do have quite a bit of gold, so I think I'm going to craft up a few of these gold upgrades, and then I'm not sure if I might craft up a few of these void upgrades as well, because we don't need a lot of that stuff for now at least, and so it might be good. It looks like this is completely jammed up on RF right now. Sorry, I know I'm switching topics a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to get some storage upgrades for the farm down there. I'm going to think about a little bit how I want everything to be set up on this platform down here. I think I might put all of the ore and start generation here. I'll extend the platform out in this direction and put all that stuff there. I do want to make a passive mob farm eventually, which will go at the same level as this farm. I might just end up putting that either next to it, or perhaps like build a little platform in this kind of area right there where my mouse cursor is, and have a farm there. I'm not too worried about it right now. Food is not too difficult to get. These first cables, I used these in another world that I played, and they seem to work really well there, but here they don't seem to want to attach to these machines at all, which is why I had to make the enhanced energy conduits there. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I will, it doesn't really matter. I have some of these enhanced energy conduits, and I have made up some more of the molten energetic alloy. So we can get that cast up, and I'll have a little bit more of those energy conduits to work with. So I've gone ahead and put 3 of these gold upgrades in each of these, and a void upgrade in each of rotten flesh, inferium essence, string, arrow, gunpowder, and bone. And then I put 1 of the gold upgrades in here for the ender pearls. So that'll get up to 160 stacks. I'm not really worried about these other ones for now. I'll check back on them, eventually. But for now, I think they're going to be okay. I realized just after I signed off on the last video that I had not gone through the achievement book. So let's do that real quick here. So I have not made any Tinker's Construct tools, even though I made the Smeltery. But we made a dark room for spawning mobs. Haven't made a field. I did make a little field of grass here, just because I needed some dyes. I needed a little bit of red dye, and so that's just plant some grass with some bone meal and wait until you get the flowers you need. But it's not 25 blocks away from our platform, so we can't check that one off yet. We did build a second layer below our island. We've made obsidian. We made a Tinker's Smeltery. We haven't upgraded any Tinker's tools because we haven't made any yet. We are killing mobs automatically. We haven't done any enchanting yet. We have made a watering can. And I think that might be it for this episode. Most of this stuff, yeah, definitely haven't gotten to this stuff. We have crafted a generator. We haven't automated turning cobblestone into gravel with an auto hammer or a sag mill, but since we've done it with a crusher and we have made an auto hammer, I'm gonna go ahead and check that one off. We have used energy conduits to power several machines at once. We have automated loot bag opening and compression, but not creation. I'm not sure how to do that actually. I'll have to look into that. We have technically automated storage of ore pieces and chunks because they are going into a chest, so I'll check that off. And we've processed sieve materials to ingots. I'm not sure if we're producing 1,000 RF per tick. I really doubt it. Not sure how to check that actually in this mod. I think we're doing like 80 or something like that, so not even close there. Haven't done any of this. We'll get there eventually. Alchemic wizardry. I've never done any of this stuff, I don't think. So that'll be really interesting to get into eventually. I've never done anything with Botania, so that'll be cool too. Ritual of the Gaia, I don't even know what that is. Age of Dragons, that sounds cool. I like dragons. Automated wither killing, I have no idea how to do that, but that'll be interesting to get to. And I think we're probably just about at the point where we haven't done anything else. But just going to go through these real quick. This gives us a sense of what we have to do too. 1 billion RF per tick, that's so much. That's pretty crazy. 20 different crops, that's a lot. Okay, so I think that's all we've done so far. We've done quite a bit of the Age of Machines already, and we're getting towards the end of the Stone Age too, and just have the one thing left to do in the Wood Age, so getting pretty close. Alright, now that we are actually done with the episode, I will see you in the next one.